We encounter them time and time again. No matter how many times we put them down or stop them in their tracks, they find another way to come back for more.
And that's a good thing, because without them coming back, we wouldn't have more sequels of some of our most favorite games. So I've made a list of the 5 video game enemies I love to hate, and the 5 I wish would just stay dead.
So, let's start it off.
Gosh, are these the Heartless guys?
The Heartless. They're after your heart, and if they get it, you become a Heartless. They're like zombies, but without the rotting flesh.
And there's a lot of them out there, with a lot of variety, like the tall. And the really tall. And no matter what world they inhabit, they take the form of that world. But what exactly are the Heartless?
The Heartless are darkness made real, and darkness yet lingers in every heart. While darkness exists in a single heart, it will be difficult to eliminate them.
Hey, cheer up! As long as the Heartless are around, that means more Kingdom Hearts games and more crossovers. That's gotta put a smile on your face, right? I thought so.
Say hello to Evil Doc number 1 on the list, Dr. Wily. He usually spends most of his time flying around in strange UFO-like machine crafts, building large castles, filled with numerous robots, building 8 robot masters each time he comes back to help him take over the world, and then finally, a destructive one at the end. We thought we saw the last of Dr. Wily. We were wrong. We like that. Say hello to Evil Doc number 2 on the list. Dr. Eggman / Robotnik builds armadas instead of castles and thinks highly of himself.
These must all have a devil wish. Witness this invincible revolution built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
He doesn't build 8 robot masters, but he does build a lot of machines to help him achieve his ultimate desires, plans, and dreams. What are they exactly? One thing's for certain though, whatever he teams up with, he'll ultimately be betrayed in the end. And another thing that's for certain, wherever he goes to build his Eggman land, he'll always be stopped by Sonic and his friends. You know the drill by now, don't you? Princess Peach will be captured from now to the end of eternity.
And no matter how many times we thwart Bowser's plans to kidnap Princess Peach and take over the Mushroom Kingdom, he keeps coming back for more.
And that's a good thing, because Mario games are usually the best platformers out there. In fact, getting to Bowser is more fun than actually taking him down. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a sad thing. I'll just say good because it's fun no matter what. He's been revived countless times.
He commands an army of deadly monsters.
And is so powerful, ghosts are afraid of him. Hey, if I saw someone take out a ghost with his bare hand and then removed a giant sword from his chest, I'd be a little freaked out too. Ganondorf, Ganon, whatever you want to call him, comes back with only one goal in mind. Kidnap Princess Zelda, take the power that's been entrusted to her, and use it to take over Hyrule. And he'll take out anything that gets in his way. Seriously, he won't let anything get in his way. But no matter how many times he comes back, he meets the same fate each time. Getting struck down by the Master Sword. You'd think he'd start to see it coming by now. Well, those are the 5 enemies I love to hate, and now here are the 5 that I wish would stay dead. In the anime, I can put up with them, but in the games, the Higgy Bandits just look like the biggest retards on Earth. They run around screaming, Higgy! And their mode of attack is just to run into you. Why can't we have more of the cooler enemies that we had in the Bomberman 64 series? They did the same thing but without the annoying sounds, and they wore sunglasses. That's worth something, right? You know about the Heartless, but these are the biggest roadblocks you're going to find in Kingdom Hearts 2. You hit them a couple times, and then they go into overdrive mode. While they're in overdrive, you can't defend against their attacks or attack them. Your best defense is to jump over them and hope you don't land into something that'll kill you. I hate these stupid cartoons. The Ninja Turtle game on the NES was filled with so many annoying obstacles and enemies, but the most frustrating enemy you would face would be inside the Technodrome, the jetpack flyers. They fly around, shooting lasers. They can take a lot of damage, and they can also give you a lot of damage. Then you get to this little narrow pathway where there's only one way to kill them, if they don't kill you. Just duck down, and they'll go off screen. If you don't do it, they will kill you. If you do, you'll survive. Kid Icarus is filled with so many annoying enemies. Some of them come out of the ground. Some of them come from the sky. Then there's the Grim Reaper who summons little gremlins after you. Is that the correct term? Who cares? The Eggplant Wizard almost made the Kid Icarus representation. I mean, once they hit you once, you turn into an eggplant and you can't attack, which sucks. The only reason they didn't make this list is because you can kill them. These are the most annoying enemies in Kid Icarus because you can't kill them. They don't cause you any damage, but they do something a lot worse than that. When you start Kid Icarus, it's a very hard game and you're a weakling basically. But if you complete some tests and trials, you'll be rewarded with some special weapons that make it a little bit easier. But these guys will take those items away from you, and all they have to do is touch you. Later on, you'll even find some that fly. If they take it from you, kill yourself so you can have them back. It's not worth going on anymore. Oh, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? Ninja Gaiden on the NES had so many enemies on the screen at one time, and the best way for them to kill you was just for them to knock you into a bottomless pit. Some of these enemies respawn after the minute you kill them. Look, I know this was the NES and all, but I thought there was a rule. You had to go off screen for them to respawn. Now, the one enemy that killed you more than any of these other enemies combined were these. The birds! They're fast, they chase you, and they do a lot of damage to you for no good reason. Except to be a generic enemy. And they will follow you until they either go off screen or until you kill them. And they're very hard to kill. And they will most likely kill you before you kill them. Well, that's my personal list, so what's yours? Leave a comment or make a video response. And remember, these are just my personal opinions, nothing is official. So don't take things too seriously.